Good afternoon, Americans. This is your favorite alien here on the afternoon of Sunday, June 9th, 2024. And today's commentary is a serious one. It's on the mess that the UN and Americans have created in the Middle East, specifically what they used to refer to as Palestine. Mind you, there's never been a Palestine. That hasn't existed for over a millennia. Okay? Maybe two. What we have here is when the last empire, the Ottoman Empire that controlled the area today called Palestine, was defeated in World War One. The, as you call them, victorious allies and the Americans, boy, with Mr. President Woodrow Wilson messing up the works, gumming up the works, I would say, and bringing up the 14 points. Yeah, which the other so-called allies told them to go stick it on the 14 points. Yeah. But they kept the League of Nations. Yuck. That was the one thing that they should have thrown out, was the League of Nations. The 14 points wouldn't have been as bad, and then they had the way of thinking that cost them problems. Oh, we gotta get Germany for causing the war. Germany didn't cause the war. Your so-called alliances caused the war. Remember, you had the Triple Entente and the Triple Alliance. Then it became the Allies and the Central Powers. And then a little teeny outfit called Serbia, a little guy from Serbia, who probably wasn't very much thought of in the Serbian government at the time. In 1914, he saw Ferdinand of Archduke Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary, and he said, "Oh, and there's Sophie too. Well, boy, here you go." And well, there went Ferdinand. Whoop. And that wasn't the bull either. That was Archduke Ferdinand, not Ferdinand the bull, okay? Yo! Yeah, okay. And that created, because we have alliances here, mobilization there, and World War One. Boy, hello, bingo! Yeah. How stupid can you get? But that's what happened. But you guys blame Germany with the reparations, and then you created the League of Nations. So when the war ended in 1918, well, by 1919, 1920, the League of Nations was formed with a lot of countries, including the Americans, told them to go stick it and didn't join it. Remember? And you guys didn't even ratify the Versailles Treaty. Yeah, something your president was over there trying to get. Yeah. So, see, you caused World War II. Yeah, because, as somebody said, this is just a pause. We'll be back in 20 years, and we'll have to do it all over again. Yeah, boy, were they right, weren't they? And there'll be a lot more people dead than the 19 million, 20 million that were dead in World War I. And by 1945, you had over 90 million people dead. Well, in the League of Nations, with the demise of the Ottoman Empire, you decided to create mandates. So you gave Palestine to the British and the French. Oh, that sounds like goulash in my stomach here. Oh boy. And, the British decided, hey, we got these Jew problem here, so let's bring them all over there in the homeland here. Oh, yeah, the British. They did the same thing in India, and boy, did that cost them later on, when the successor to the League of Nations came into power. Oh boy, they were even worse than the League of Nations. Well, you created the states of Israel and Transjordan, and then you gave, we got the Arabs here, so we're moving out of the Israeli territory and move them on the west side to this little strip of land. We'll call it Gaza Strip. Yes. And we'll move the other ones to the West Bank, and Transjordan. So, hey, Jordan, we'll make you look like a hatchet. And here's the big bulb here, So the West Bank became part of Transjordan. Oh boy, I bet you the Jordanians loved that, didn't they? I wonder if you asked King Abdullah and if his father, when he was alive, King Hussein, did you like the West Bank Palestinians there? They would say no, right? Just like the Egyptians under King Farouk said, oh boy, we got the Gaza Strip. I wonder what Gaddafi Abdel Nasser said about that. We're going to naturalize the Suez Canal for you giving us the Gaza Strip. Yeah. If I know Mr. Nasser, he probably was sticking it to both the French and the British, especially for the 1956 invasion. Ooh. Well, as it turned out, wars were caused over that. And in 1967, the Israelis controlled both the Gaza Strip and the West Bank from Jordan. And they tried to alleviate the problem by telling some of these Palestinians, just cross over the Jordan River and go into Jordan. And the Jordanians in 1970 said, oh, no, you don't. Out you go back to the West Bank. Remember that? 1970? Oh, that was bad, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. Then the Americans came in and, we got to stand by Israel. Oh, yeah. After Israel conquered those two, they became, we got this, and we also got the Sinai, and the Golan Heights. So, hey, we got prime territory here. Israelis, we can make settlements there, and that land was not meant for them. It was a part of a partition that was meant by the UN for this other people. No matter how they did it, how bad it was, that's what it was meant for. Palestine had existed for almost 2 millennia. Yo-ho! Are you looking at me, Americans? Yo-ho! Yeah. And then you go in there and you interfere in this and say, we're going to stand by Israel. Oh, boy. And for the next 50 to 60 years, Israel's cost you nothing but problems here. Now you got Mr. Netanyahu here, who should be saying, hey, the people that got to answer this question is not us, it's not Hamas, it's not the PLO, it's not Jordan, and it's not Egypt. But Jordan and Egypt and Saudi Arabia has got to be part of this, along with the Gaza and the West Bankers. For Gaza, you go to the people, do you want to be killed every time that Hamas injures us and comes into our territory and attacks our people? Because we're going to attack you. Do you want that? Or do you want to be a free, peaceful Arab nation? We won't attack you, you won't attack us. We'll respect your territory as you respect ours. Same with the West Bankers. We don't want anything to do with you as long as you govern yourselves without Fatah and without the PLO and you guys in the Gaza. Do you really want Hamas there, or do you want to throw them out? They've cost you nothing but headache, heartache, and loss of people. Because war is war. And if they attacked us, you're not innocent civilians because you allow them to stay here and act for problems. So I would say nobody's asked the Gazans what they want. Do they want Hamas there, or do they want to have their own separate society?